And Suzi picked up on something quite interesting, and you felt that I was psychic.
My channels are always open. They're just always open. I hear everything, I see everything, I feel everything. I'm not afraid of it. It's how I'm wired.
Do you normally speak about this kind of thing publicly?
When I meet a kindred spirit, I do. It happens to me a lot on airplanes. The universe always places somebody next to me who sooner or later I'm supposed to talk to.
I'm here with the legendary Suzi Quatro, and we're here at Wacken. You're about to perform this evening, and how are you feeling about that?
I'm looking forward to it. I didn't know about this festival, to tell you the truth. I do festivals everywhere. I just didn't, because it's heavy metal, so I didn't really know.
Yeah.
And now I know all about it, and now I have an appreciation for it, and I'm going to take no prisoners.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, why would you do anything else? You've got to go out there and
Absolutely.
hit them.
Absolutely.
And I had a few questions planned for you, and I'm not going to lie, but while we were sitting here, Suzi asked to look into my eyes, and I was wondering what on the earth was going on. I was like, is my makeup all over my face? What's happening? And Suzi picked up on something quite interesting, and you felt that I was psychic.
Yes.
Yeah, which is very interesting. I don't know why. What was it about me that you thought?
Your eyes go very deep, and you have a long life. You're an old soul, and you've been here many times, and you have a lot of instinct that you act on, and it probably drains you because you probably can guess a lot of things, and you probably hear a lot of things, and sometimes you have to shut it down.
Yeah, this is completely me.
I know.
This is amazing, and you have that gift as well.
I have that gift. That's why I saw it in yours, and I saw it right away.
Yeah, this is amazing. I'm so glad that we met today. I was going to ask you questions about music, and then move on to more spiritual stuff, so you weren't completely scared. But yeah, I have a psychic ability, but also an ability to see spirits.
Yes, I do too.
In terms of dead people. In fact, complete curveball, I actually did get married to a spirit, which is probably a step too far, let's be honest. I think it's one thing sensing spirits and being able to communicate with them.
Sure.
But I believe that you can have a relationship with a spirit in the same way that you can with a human. Obviously, they're not there in physical form.
No.
And there's no confusion about
that. It's all internal.
Yeah.
It's all internal.
But I feel like when someone's energy, when they pass away, there is an energy that's still present, and I can sense
My
that.
house was finished being built in 1590.
Yeah.
That's all I need to tell you.
Yeah. So
I have
you're not alone now.
I have never, and I'm fine with it. Fine with it.
Does it scare you ever?
No. When I shut it's a big house. It's 3 floors, 9 bedrooms. People are energies around. People leave energies behind.
Yeah.
We will leave energies behind. There's no-go areas. When I close my bedroom door, do not come through there, whoever. But no, it's fine. Not everybody believes, but if you have experience of it, you can't help but believe.
Yeah, it's really strange because I didn't even have that. I've always been very empathetic. When I was growing up, I used to be very sensitive. And
Me too.
People were like, oh, you're taking everything to heart. You're feeling everyone's emotions.
All the time.
Yeah, everything around you, you're sensing it and feeling it.
I cry over Bambi, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a real thing, and people are like, oh, you're too much. Like, you take everything too seriously. You're too sensitive. And you can't help it. You get amazingly affected by other people's emotions and other people's energy. And until a few years ago, it was just that. I was just a highly sensitive person. And then I had an encounter with a spirit.
Then you could put a name to it.
Then I'm like, oh, this is a thing. So at the moment, I'm, aside from, interviewing people like your wonderful self, I'm on this kind of spiritual journey where I'm learning more about spirituality. I'm meeting all kinds of different people, and it's opened this whole world. So it's so fascinating that you picked up on that
immediately
before. And this happens to me a lot. Like, I went to a coven in Romania, believe it or not, and as soon as I walked in, they're like, whoa, you're psychic. And people come up to me, and I go to haunted locations sometimes, and people are like, oh, you're gonna have fun here. And I'm like, why? What? And it's like, well, I know that, but how do you know that? It's
I've just had it since a little girl, and I just thought everybody, as you're growing up, you think everybody's the same. And then as you start to get a little bit older, you realize everybody's not the same, and they're telling you, what's the matter with you? So you keep it quiet. But my channels are always open. They're just always open. I hear everything, I see everything, I feel everything. I'm not afraid of it. It's how I'm wired.
Yeah, it's kind of accepting that, but people do. Do you normally speak about this kind of thing publicly?
When I meet a kindred spirit, I do. It happens to me a lot on airplanes, because you're kind of in another world on an airplane.
Yeah, it's strange.
And the universe always places somebody next to me who sooner or later I'm supposed to talk to. And I very quickly tell you this. So we were sitting there on a 2-hour flight, and I felt the feeling, and I wasn't in the mood.
Yeah.
So
you're not always.
No, I went in my head, leave me alone, and I did my crosswords.
Yeah.
Now we're into the flight. I'm ignoring it. Finally, the girl next to me who I'm supposed to talk to, she gets up and she spills her entire drink on my lap, and I went,
oh.
So she went to the toilet, and I went, okay. So she sits down. I said, hi, I'm supposed to talk to you. And she went, right. I said, and then it just comes. She said, your grandmother has recently passed away, yes. I said, well, she's here. She went, yes. I said, I don't understand any of this. I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing. I'm not going to make any sense out of this. And I didn't.
Yeah.
I said, there's been a history of emotional abuse amongst the females handed down from generation to generation. And you are the one to stop the pattern.
Wow.
And she burst into tears.
Oh,
and
my
I just kind of
goodness.
went, and so what's the matter?
Wow.
She said, I'm on my way to see my mother to talk about that. I went, so I was validated. And I didn't know what I was going to say.
Yeah, because like people always ask you questions about it, and you don't always know. It's just random stuff sometimes.
No, it is random stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's my story. But let's get back to the show now.
No, that was fascinating, more than I expected. But I feel like the whole theme of Wacken this year is witches and warlocks, and that kind of links quite nicely into psychic ability, because witches believe that they have a psychic ability. Are you into witchcraft in any way?
No.
I'm open to it and I'm intrigued by it, but I definitely wouldn't say I'm a witch or that I cast spells.
I call myself just very open channels and sensitive.
Yeah. That is amazing. And I feel like as well that within the kind of confines of the media, people are very judgmental about people who connect with ghosts.
And they shouldn't.
It's almost like a running joke, isn't it? Like you know, oh yeah.
Oh, better not talk about it.
Yeah, it's a bit like, oh yeah, these are the crazies.
No, like I said, the only way I can explain it is, I understand skeptics and I have no problem with that. You don't have to believe anything.
Yeah, no.
But if you've ever had anything happen, then it takes away that skepticism.
Yeah.
So that's if they're not meant to have the experience, then they're not.
Yeah,
and that's okay too.
And I feel like as well, like I wouldn't push that onto anyone.
No, me
like,
neither.
If you don't believe
I didn't push it on you. I just asked you.
Oh no, exactly. And I wondered if you ever met Lemmy, or did you know Lemmy?
Yes, I met Lemmy.
Okay, well, interestingly, I was invited here to Wacken to do various different things. And yesterday they asked me to partake in a ritual and a seance to try and connect with Lemmy. And weirdly, I had some quite strange visions and thoughts regarding him. Very random, okay? And I don't know where this came from. But I was sitting there and all of these people were filming me, and I was trying to kind of channel his energy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I got very, very sad. And I almost went into a trance-like state. And for a moment, I forgot that there was people in the room. And I almost started crying. I could almost feel, and then I kind of looked up and I was like, oh, there's people. And I got this really weird vision of him sitting on a black stallion horse. And this is where it gets very weird. He was holding a slice of pizza, and that's almost laughable.
Yeah, that is funny.
It's weird, right? Yeah. And I was like, do I say that out loud? And I was like, well, that's what I saw, so do I say that out loud? I mean,
was it vegan pizza?
It was just a slice of pizza. It was the weirdest thing. I mean, were you a close...
Sometimes you don't know where the thoughts come from.
Yeah, and were you a close personal friend with him?
No, I knew him. I worked with him. Yeah,
I was going to say, did you know that he likes pizza?
No.
I wanted an explanation for that. Just in my own
I think it was him being funny.
Yeah, and I also thought as well, the other resounding thing that I got is that he didn't consider himself dead.
He didn't?
Consider himself dead.
No.
He
still doesn't.
Was That's what I mean. He is still alive,
Yeah,
and
sure.
that's what he was trying to tell me.
Yeah,
And
because that's why he had a pizza in his hand.
well, yeah, but also as well, like his energy is quite alive within Wacken. They celebrate him.
It doesn't mean you're gone because you're dead. A lot of people hang around for a long time.
Yeah.
But I still feel my mother.
Yeah.
So.
Obviously, you believe in the afterlife. You believe in spirits.
Sure.
If when you pass away, heaven forbid, we're all going to, would you come back to haunt people? Would you
Not haunt. I would
remind them that
I
you're
would
alive?
let them know I'm around.
Wow. Yeah.
I'd be a guiding light if I could.
Yeah. Would it frustrate you if people couldn't see you? Do you
No.
fear?
No.
Yeah. I guess you don't know until you
I
get
would just
into
kick
that.
'em.
Yeah. You just kick them. You would get.
With my energy.
Yeah. You would get more and more. You get more and more possessed as time goes on, and you'd start kind of poltergeist style activity. It's like I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I feel like that was a lovely place to end this interview. So thank you so much for your time, and it was so lovely to meet
too.
you. Thank you very much.